You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Hello and welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. We are here to discuss, I'm going to just say, a phenomenon that has taken the world by storm, and that is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu.
Can't wait.
It's become an entire personality.
Yes.
At this point.
You finished in a day, right?
I finished in a day.
I did too. Well, it took me like 2 days. I had to break it up a little bit, but I finished it so fast and immediately needed to talk about it.
Let's debrief.
I love when this happens. I love when there's just a really great new thing that everyone is immersed in. And I feel like it was Love Island. It's sometimes Love is Blind. And right now it's Mormon Wives.
It is Mormon. It's mom talk.
Mom talk.
It is mom talk.
And this is like some crazy shit that happens between these women. It's like,
it's wild. Might I just say, let me just start with this on the record. I can remember seeing these women at separate times, aside from like Jen, Michaela.
yeah, I had never seen her.
I haven't seen Jen before. I didn't see Michaela, which like a lot of people have seen Jen. They're like, yeah, the mom that dances on the counter. I'm like,
Yeah.
she never came across my For You page. But anyway, all of that to say, I had no idea they like rocked in the same group, that they were mom talk. I was just like, oh, Taylor, oh, Whitney, oh, Jay-Z Styles. Like, I had no idea.
So you had seen Whitney, Jay-Z.
Whitney I've seen. Taylor I've seen a ton of Taylor stuff.
I think Taylor's like the face.
Yeah. And then, yes, Jessie.
Okay.
Jessie I followed because when I was going through like, oh, I want extensions. I want this.
So you followed her for hair content.
Yes. And then I saw her pop up on the show and I was like,
Excuse
Jessie?
me? Jay-Z Styles?
Jizz Styles? What are you doing here? Are you
Ariana,
lost?
what are you doing here? I knew Jen as the mom who danced on the counters. I had seen hers.
See, never saw her.
Yes, I had seen Jen's, and of course I saw Taylor.
Yeah.
Because I think she's definitely the star, or at least was like the breakout star.
Yeah, and her content goes viral a lot. Like, I feel like, makes its way across multiple people's For You page.
It does. And lots of different variations of her content too, because of course like the swingers of it all, but I've also watched her clean her really messy house like multiple times.
Yes.
Like her house is disgusting sometimes.
And then sometimes I'm like, oh, this is the same woman.
Yeah, there's a lot here. And there's also a group of mom talk that aren't on the show that we have to touch on. Mm-hmm. Now, I think you and I have really done our due diligence in understanding these people's drama. Because
Yes.
we've listened to podcasts and we've watched breakdown videos.
It's what we do best.
It's what we do best. We're going to break down the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and just like really
Let's talk about it.
deep dive into it.
Okay.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's a new reality series streaming on Hulu that dives into the drama surrounding a group of Mormon mom influencers, specifically in
Utah, baby.
The show centers on a scandal in their community, which was a swinging sex scandal that brings the influencers' lives into the spotlight. The storyline exposes themes of friendship, faith, infidelity, and the pressure of maintaining certain reputations in their community. So I think a good place to start would be the swinging scandal of it all.
Okay.
So first we have Taylor Frankie Paul. She posted with her two best friends. So Taylor Frankie Paul, I think her and her friend group had that huge falling out because swinging is messy. And I think it got really messy. She ended up sleeping with someone who wasn't, I think she ended up sleeping with someone outside of the swinging altogether and like did it secretly. She lied. She lost all her friends. And those people, those girls are not on the show.
Correct.
And I think that was a decision they made. I think it seems like there's bad blood between them. And it's like they said, no, we're not going to be in the show if she's on the show.
And to be fair, I do feel like if Taylor didn't like open up and take that to TikTok, mom talk wouldn't be what it is.
For sure.
Like,
So I understand them being angry that she exposed it all, but at the same time, it made them famous and rich. So, so The craziest thing to me, though, is the concept of swinging. And this is a 100% no judgment zone. Like,
Safe space.
safe space. I understand that it's a lifestyle for some people. And, like, even, like, some religions are like polygamy, where they believe in plural marriage.
Right.
But I think in this situation, it was a perfect example of, like, how messy things like this can get, because it's like you're inviting this drama into your life. You're inviting this like potential like serious hurt when you involve yourself, you and your husband involve yourself with other people sexually. That's like asking for something bad to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
No. Safe space again.
Yeah, safe
Like,
space, no judgment.
This is my personal, no. Absolutely no.
There's no way.
But also, I think it was actually on the Vial Files where they were talking about how clearly there weren't any established clear-cut boundaries. And then it just kind of like spiraled, because it also had to do with one of the couples. The other husband started to develop feelings for Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't say anything. And then remember they got like trashed one night.
Yep. And then it's like that person also let her husband do things sexually with the friend
Next to each other.
next to each other. Right. So it's like, of course, weird feelings are going to arise. Like,
Right.
it's going to happen. Unless it is like a religious thing where I guess it's very boundary organized, like type of plural relationship. Still doesn't make sense to me, but I think that those people have a certain way that they do it.
Yeah,
that
like-
keeps things as clean as possible.
Yeah, like sister wives, there's like one man and multiple women.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you might get jealous, but my man ain't going over there, and I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
weird.
and I think a lot of their messiness was it was always alcohol. It was always
Correct.
parties.
It was always parties.
Yeah, and it was like then they just all started. And I think one thing that I found interesting on what Taylor said on Nick's podcast was she was like, it all came to a head one night when we were all just drinking and naked with each other's opposite partner.
Yep.
And I think the husband was like, "What the fuck are we doing? Like one of you can get pregnant. Like we wouldn't know. Like this is crazy."
Finally being like the voice of reason.
Yeah, like, hey, we need to take a step back. Like this is getting out of control.
It's just too much.
Yeah. But something to mention is that these people mostly, besides Taylor, I think she said that she did like party in college or whatever, or she had like younger years, but a lot of these men, these Mormon men, were like just now starting to drink, party, and they were 27, almost 30 years old.
Right.
So it's like they like had this crazy phase that they needed to get out. So it's just alcohol mixed with hormones and like new experiences ended really badly.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's how the show got started.
Yes. All of that to say, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was birthed.
Right. So then it's like this girl, Taylor, and all of her friends in the Mormon community got a Hulu show out of it. First person, I know we mentioned her, but Taylor Frankie Paul. I like knowing their ages. It just is to add context. So she's 30. She's a TikTok influencer with over 4.1 million followers. She made headlines in June of 22, like we said, when she announced her divorce and revealed her soft swinging lifestyle. Her story involves navigating relationships, including a new one with her boyfriend Dakota, and she was also involved in that legal incident in February, but now has since seemed to turn her life around. So what are your thoughts on Taylor?
Taylor really grew on me. Originally, like just from TikTok world, I was just kind of like, who is this chick? Like
She's nuts.
Like I watch her content when it pops up. I didn't like seek it out. But yeah, I thought she was just kind of like a hot mess. But after listening to her on other podcasts and like you said, doing our deep dive and research, she's grown on me. I actually think I like Taylor. I do.
I feel the same exact way.
And I like her story.
Me too.
I like that it's messy. It's more real.
It is, and she's real. Like she's
Yeah.
very like open about it. She openly
She
admits
owns it.
She owns it. I resonated with her a lot at one point in Nick's podcast when she cried over her guilt. Like,
Yep.
and she just was like, she struggles with feeling like a good person, and I think she knows she's a good person, but she made bad decisions. I can totally relate.
And that's a real.
It's a relatable thing.
It's a real feeling.
Yes, and I think like in the end, I like how Nick treated her because I think it's true. So he was like, "You are a good person. Like, you
Yeah.
just it's okay. Demi, she's 30. She's an influencer with over 304 TikTok followers. She's divorced, remarried, and now part of a blended family with 3 children. She focuses on sharing her motherhood journey and empowering other women. What's your thoughts on Demi?
Obsessed with Demetria.
Demetria.
Like, obsessed with
Demi.
her. Demi. Love her. She was definitely one of my top favorites on the show. I just think she's so beautiful.
She's stunning.
She's stunning. And I love her and her husband.
Yeah, he's super hot.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just like the flair that she brought to the show. She's another one that I didn't know. I don't want to say didn't know existed. That sounds really mean.
Yeah, but I didn't know her either.
But I didn't know her prior to the show. But
Yeah.
now I follow her on every single platform. And yeah.
She's amazing to look at. I totally agree. I think she's like so beautiful. I love looking at her. I also agree she brought like a flair to the show. She was really funny.
Demi.
Okay, so now we're talking about Jen. So Jen Affleck married to Zach Affleck. She's also a cousin of Ben and Casey Affleck. But she did say that they're distant cousins. She's never actually met them, but still related. She has 2 children, and she's eager to discuss the challenges and growth within her relationship, so we did see a lot of her relationship struggles, and I do see that she's being vocal about them, like on podcasts, which is nice. She's not like running from like the heat that she's been getting.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on Jen? And then also like we can get into her and her husband.
Jen. I like Jen. I mean, she was just kind of like an ancillary character for me. My biggest thing with her is Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zach was such a villain on the show.
Yeah, he was creepy.
And just like, she's clearly the breadwinner and you treat her like shit.
Yeah. I think he definitely was a trigger for a lot of girls out there because we've all seen a Zach where
you've interacted with a Zach on some level.
and they're really hard to get away from because he was like master manipulator to her. And I think, well, first of all, it was obvious that their relationship was very much like one-sided and that he controls a lot because she was so terrified of going to Chippendales.
And she did nothing wrong.
Nothing.
None of them did anything wrong.
Yeah, they were just having pure girl fun.
Yes.
And what's so interesting about girl fun is it really is so innocent.
Innocent.
Like, obviously there's cases where it's not, but for the most part, girls' nights are strictly silly,
funny, goofy.
You act like you just are your 100% full self when you're with your group of girls that you can be. And there's nothing better. But there's nothing worse than a nasty freak rat ruining it for you.
Nasty rat. Took $2,500.
Yeah.
And went to gamble it.
Her money that she
like,
made.
Gambling problem.
Right. And then made her seem like she was a bad wife.
Yes.
I think a lot of that was toxic. Like,
and a bad mom.
Right. Come on.
Get out of here.
She's a great mom, too. I love her content with her kids.
I recently started following her. I honestly went and followed all of them after the show. So y'all got me.
They got me.
Y'all got me.
And I had liked her content with her kids before. I think she's really, really pretty. She's a good mom. And I think the show has definitely made her reflect. Because I think a lot of his behavior, it seems like is very common for a lot of like Mormon relationships that I know we can't speak on because we're not Mormon or around that. Yeah. Okay, then we have Jessie. She's 32. She's sometimes known as the grandma of the group. She owns a hair school, an extension company called Jay-Z Styles. She's also a part of a blended family with 3 kids, having gone through a divorce and a remarriage.
Obsessed with Jessie. Mm-hmm. I also am obsessed with the fact that some of them are around my age.
Yeah.
Like, I love, like, okay, Jessie's 32, an influencer on TikTok, has a hair. Like, it's just like, okay, you're doing this at 32.
Yes.
It makes me feel good. Like, it really can happen whenever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never too late to, like, do what you want to do. I want to take a crash course in how to do the Utah curl from Jessie.
They're so cute.
I am a Jessie fan. Jessie and Demi.
If Jessie has no fans, you're dead.
Right. That's right. Like,
no,
it's me.
I completely agree. I think Jessie is great. I think she's amazing at hair. I would love for her to do my hair. I love that what you said about that as well, about their ages and how, like, you can do it at any time. And, like, they all are moms of multiple kids. They still make time for their content. They post relatable things. Like, you can do it. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it.
Layla Taylor. She's the youngest cast member. Layla is a single mom of 2 children. Her story revolves around navigating motherhood and life after divorce.
Layla. I don't have much to say
Indifference?
on Layla.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, again, stunning. They're all stunning. But Layla, I didn't necessarily, like, connect with her character, but I also wasn't like, oh, I don't like Layla. Like, Layla's just on the show.
Yeah, I agree. She was definitely like a backseat character.
She didn't get that much screen time except for her little party.
Yeah, which was cute.
It was cute.
She's still very young and has like a lot of
Right.
life to live. It's just crazy that at 23, she's already had 2 kids and been divorced. It
Right.
is really indicative of like the culture, which honestly, we can relate to.
You know, yes, we can.
Like in our little town.
That is something that I found very interesting is when all the girls were on Nick's podcast and they were talking about like there is a huge difference between Mormon culture and the Mormon religion. Again, I don't want to speak on specifics because I'm not well versed or I don't have much knowledge of the Mormon religion. But there were things that they talked about and it was like, well, that's more of the culture. I'm like, oh.
And I think we can relate to that with living in southern Louisiana, New Orleans. It's very Catholic heavy.
Yeah.
And Catholic and Mormon, they're different, of course, but they have similar like values, I think. Yeah, so I think we can relate to that, especially with everyone getting like married super young and having like traditional family roles and starting families early. Other places in the world like think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like people in California are like, if they knew that I was married at 22, already had a kid, had another 2 years later, like that's
Yeah.
crazy. They're like, whoa,
Right.
you're an infant. But for us, I was like, it's time.
That's, yeah, like you were in your prime.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. It's
kinda similar.
Yeah. Macy Neely, she's 29. Wait, they're all like around our age, and that's very comforting.
it.
Yeah. So she was a Formula 1 tennis player. I did not know that.
Me either.
She founded the nutritional company, which we see in the show. She also has a blended family and is currently undergoing IVF journey to expand her family.
Macy, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I like Macy.
I like Macy a lot. I think she's also a good friend.
Solid friend.
She's a solid friend. I enjoyed her story on the show.
Yeah,
She's another one that I didn't know prior.
me either.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have too much.
Yeah, I think she was a good like supporting character. She supported a lot of the girls.
Yes, that's a good point.
She tried really hard to maintain a friendship with Whitney. Like I think she did the best she could. I'm noticing like throughout this conversation too that a lot of them have that like personality where they just say how they feel. One of the ones who really I think had that more like people pleaser, I want to avoid confrontation would be Jen. Like I saw
Yeah.
myself a lot in her with that. Like even with the uninviting thing, which I thought was really messed up, but how she was just like, oh, it's fine. Like I think she just didn't want conflict. And I
That
think
really
a
is
lot of
so relatable.
it is.
A lot of times when I do, like, I have thoughts and I have opinions,
of course.
but I'm like, you know, it's just not worth it to say this shit out loud because I don't feel like dealing with
I don't feel like inviting this trouble.
emotions and trouble.
Just like tired of the trouble.
God, I could just like go on about my life and not extend this energy. She might be thinking the same thing.
Michaela Matthews, once a teen mom, she is now married with 3 kids. She aims to reveal different aspects of her faith and personal life. So to me, she was also a backseat character.
Yeah. Michaela's a tough one for me. I'm not like top favorite. I'm also not like can't stand her. But there was something about Michaela
Threw you off a
that
little bit.
I can't put my finger on it though.
I thought she was a little wishy-washy with
Personality wise.
Yes, I thought she was wishy-washy with the Whitney situation because the first half of the show she was with Whitney a lot. I think she kind of engaged in Whitney's
Antics.
her little like laughing at people behind their back. And then by the end of the show, she was like anti-Whitney. So obviously there may be things that we didn't see, but I can definitely see there's a bit of hesitation with Michaela. We didn't get enough of her, so I'm
Maybe
not sure.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like that, we just didn't see enough of her. I also saw through research. I don't know why that just happened. That when she had her teen pregnancy, her husband was like in his 20s.
Ooh, that's creepy.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, that could just be Reddit rumors.
I wonder if that's her husband that she's still with now.
I think it is.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also-
Allegedly, guys.
also-
Allegedly. Let me say allegedly.
Allegedly. Also, Mormon culture, though. It might be
Right.
kind of typical.
That's right.
Finally, we have Whitney. She is 31, married with 2 children, expecting a third. She definitely had the most controversial storyline as she ends up in friendship fights with almost all the girls at one point. So that really sums up Whitney.
Whitney. I will start with my first, I almost said interaction, like we like know each other.
Inclination?
My first impression
There you go.
of Whitney, I saw her video in real time of when she was in the hospital dancing with her baby that was recovering from RSV.
Like, very sick.
Yes. And I remember just being like, how insensitive. Also, like, you're in the hospital with your baby and you think content.
Right. That's where your brain goes.
That's where your brain goes.
Let me pull out the TikTok.
And as 2 individuals that now kind of like think on that level of like, oh, we need to get content. What are ideas? It's just the last thing I think that would be on my mind. Personal reflection.
Exploit my infant who has RSV.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
that's crazy.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So immediately I was like, I'm not.
I can't believe you
I'm
saw
not
it real
for this.
time.
In real time. Like I can remember that coming across my page and I can remember people like duetting that or whatever it's called on TikTok and being like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick? And then obviously throughout the show, like she just gives mean girl energy and then craves attention.
Feel sorry for me.
Leaving the
ask me
group.
where I am.
Yes, like I left the group, no one reached out to me. Okay, wow, like you left the group.
You're grown up.
You're a grown up.
Yeah.
So then like I had conversations with like people at work and blah blah blah. And it was like, oh well maybe she's getting a bad edit. Maybe. Okay. Maybe the narrative is to make her the villain. That's valid. Every show has a villain.
They do.
So I was like, I'm gonna rewatch certain episodes.
Okay.
So I did. And I still cannot, but yeah, I don't vibe with the Whitney character. And again, I know these are real people.
Yeah. But they also invite this like criticism into their lives. I could never, I don't think, really be around Whitney because her personality type
Yes.
seems like soul sucking.
Such a good, valid point.
Yeah, like just like she would bring
I don't
want to
hang out with her. I
No.
don't want to hang out with her. It would almost be like more energy to hang out with her.
That's it.
Your cup's empty when you leave.
Yes.
Your cup is not full.
Yes. And those are the friendships that I think we both have really like had to think about. Like that those people that
That
just,
are draining.
They're just draining. And that's exactly how I think she is. Just like, for example, the leaving the group message just to see who would ask what's going on and then to be pouting that no one did. It's like we don't have energy for this. We have children. We have families.
They're grown women.
Yeah. I think that really sums up Whitney. So here's like points to touch. We could just kind of lead into this and then move on from her. But the tension really arises between Whitney and Taylor at first because Whitney gets all angry that she exploited mom talk for the swinging scandal. She ends up like moving to Hawaii.
I think because like rumor was that she was involved, right?
And I don't believe she was, but she also had her own scandal with her husband because her husband Connor was on dating apps like their entirety of her relationship.
Right. Like most of it.
Yeah. So we kind of just grazed past that in the show, and I thought that was like a pretty big deal. Whatever she forgave him, that's on her.
Right.
But super bizarre. Like your husband is on dating apps the whole time you're in your marriage, but
I know.
you're super judgmental of other women on the show. So it's just like, look inward.
I will say, for a majority of the women being older, it was kind of like high school petty drama.
Absolutely.
You know, but I think some of that's probably influenced by producers. Like, you need drama or people are not going to watch.
Yeah, you need something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have Jen and Zach's relationship, which we already touched on. The rules of the Mormon culture, which we've kind of just said like culture versus actual religion. But I did find it just super interesting to watch. It's always interesting to learn about other people's culture and religion. Because I mean, we're super familiar with like Catholic religion,
Right.
Christian, I
Yep.
think is very popular in Louisiana, but Mormon is really
Baptist.
not. Yeah, Baptist, Christian, Catholic. But the Mormon I found really interesting, like how hard up they are about you can't have coffee. They drink soda instead.
I thought it was so funny, but they use laughing gas to get their Botox.
Right.
I'm like,
the way that they find ways around to still like do certain things, or like they take ketamine.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't drink alcohol, but you take ketamine. It's just interesting.
it is interesting.
The husbands on the show, like, all weird to me.
I don't.
Besides Brett, I liked Brett.
To me,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dakota, Connor, Zach, they all gave me kind of the same energy. Just not for
I feel like Dakota wanted to
be better.
be better.
Yeah, and on TikTok right now, he seems like he is, but also TikTok is just a snippet.
Correct. But I
but-
feel like he was like trying to show that
Especially
he
in
wanted
the
to be
last
better.
episode, whenever she had the baby.
Yeah.
I thought that was very sweet.
yes.
But a lot of his behavior, it was just icky. That's the word I was looking for. It was just
Icky.
like,
That's yeah.
I was just like, guys, like, be a real man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Acting like a kid, like a toddler who can't get their way.
Right.
The girls not drinking coffee or alcohol, but doing ketamine and laughing gas to get
Mm-hmm.
high was hilarious. And then, of course, I included Catholic culture versus Mormon. Should we pitch Hulu, The Secret Lives of Catholic Wives, New Orleans edition?
Yes. I saw a girl on TikTok that was like, all right, Louisiana moms, like, let's start a mom talk. Like, who's in? And I can't remember your
Handle?
handle, but we'll
We're
do
in.
it. Like, we'll do it.
We're in. We have so much to give. We're
We're just going to pitch ourselves right now.
yeah, okay.
We have so much to offer, and we bring so much to the table.
We live in a small parish, which Louisiana in general is not highlighted enough, specifically New Orleans. We have so many parishes in Louisiana that all have that same, like, very, very close
Je ne sais
knit.
quoi. So,
Mormon wives could never. Secret
knew.
lives of NOLA wives.
I love it.
They would sign us.
And we're wives, and we're moms.
And if you are in the New Orleans area, you're adjacent to the New Orleans area,
Let's do it.
and you want to be on the show, like, just reach out. We'll
like and
include your name.
subscribe.
Send us your resume.
That is so
No, just let us know. We'll include your name in the pitch. Like, tell us, like, do you have a baby daddy? How many do you have? How many other children do
oh,
they
that's
have?
so good.
Right. Are they willing to be on the show?
Are you dealing with baby mama drama?
Right.
With your blended family?
Are your children in the Catholic school?
Oh.
We'll include that. You know, like,
Culture versus religion.
exactly. So I think that we got something here.
It's just brilliant. It's
Okay.
absolutely brilliant.
I have absolutely loved the show. Can't wait
Me
for
too.
season 2. I'm sure
Season
it'll
two,
take
it can't come fast enough.
I'm sure it'll take forever, but
I need it
hopefully
now.
not. I think that's it. If y'all have any shows, please send them Amber and I's way.
Please.
I think we're kind of running low right now.
We are.
Yeah, I don't have like so much to go home to, and that bothers.
Chimp crazy, please.
Chimp Crazy, the Tiger
Please.
King on
Yes,
HBO.
please watch Chimp Crazy.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, of course I finished it. Y'all, I've been blowing through TV literally in a couple days.
That's the best.
I don't know how I'm doing it, but I am.
So Chimp Crazy.
Chimp Crazy.
Okay.
Watch it. It's on HBO. Y'all, it's from the same makers of Tiger King.
I can't wait.
There were times where I was like, I'm going to cry.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it sheds light on, some shit. So definitely watch it.
Oh, and we did just watch that documentary, but maybe we can save it for the weekly report.
What documentary?
Into the Fire. Because that one was so good.
Oh,
But
the
we can
things
do-
you lied about.
Even pertaining to your mom. Literally.
Wild. Okay, let's save that.
Weekly report.
Weekly
or
report.
monthly
I mean, monthly
report. Yeah. We're literally delirious.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Open Books Podcast. Interact with us. Love ya.
Bye.